being is because too many of us act as if life is tough, even when it doesn't have to be. Right? I'll repeat that. There's too many of us that are acting like life has to be tough, even when it doesn't have to be. And so our subconscious mind has been wired to think that we have to go through struggle in everything we do to get to the results that we want. Think about it. You grew up knowing struggle. Whether it was you and your family or you saw other people struggling, if you felt that way, put it into the Q&A and put a yes. If that's how you grew up, knowing that everything had to be struggle, everything that you did had to be a struggle, whether it was creating the income that your parents wanted to create or you saw other people struggle in their life, if that feels like something that you were inherited, let me see a yes. And so from that thought and from that place, we come to we just need to survive mentality. And it's unfortunate because you didn't choose to grow up thinking everything has to be tough. Life is hard, right? It was inherited through the words that your parents said to the people around you, what they said. They didn't do this maliciously. They did it not understanding the effect that it's going to have as you get older and without you even realizing that it has an effect on you. Because as you grew up and as you maybe even got into this industry, people told you it's going to be hard. Oh, man, this client is going to be hard. Man, to go ahead and make X amount of dollars is going to be hard. Whether it was somebody telling you that because they didn't want to see you succeed or they wanted to keep you safe. And so it's this limited belief that has been built into our core system, our core principles, our nervous system that is taking you away from creating the conversion in the life that you want. It has nothing to do with the leads right now, guys. It has nothing to do with the scripts right now. It has everything to do with the biggest battle you're ever going to endure. And that's the person from who you are today and who you're trying to become. And so we're going to go over scripting as we always do on every other Monday. We're going to go over how to convert these leads via a script and via objection handling. But it first has to start, and write this down, with mining your mind. Because those negative thought patterns of these leads suck, or man, I'm never going to create the income that I want to create, those negative thought patterns will only reinforce non-action or lack thereof action and less belief. And that's what it comes down to is, do you truly believe that if me, John Marone, gave you the best scripts in the world, which to me I think they are, if CINC went ahead and gave you the best system in the world, which I think it is, do you right now truly believe that you will become successful? Knowing you have the system, knowing you have the leads, knowing you have the scripts, do you truly believe to your core that you will create the life that you want through the income that you're going to generate through this system and through the leads? And if you don't feel that way, you need to start. Because it comes through belief. Conversion starts with confidence. Hear me again. Conversion starts with confidence. And you can't get confidence unless you truly believe that you can create the life that you want. You can convert at the highest level possible. And the crazy thing about the subconscious mind and why it's such a lot of times a negative thing and a negative part of our process is because the way it works. Okay, it's because of the way it works. We all know we have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day, right? We have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. Now, with your with your conscious mind, you're thinking one thing, right? And then with your subconscious mind, you're thinking another. And so as you're thinking 100 thoughts through your conscious mind, you're thinking 2,000, 3,000 thoughts in your subconscious mind. And let me tell you what I mean by that. So when you are thinking this, okay, I could do this, I could do this, you're being overridden by the negative belief that you cannot create that conversion, that you cannot create the life that you want. You're being overtaken by the subconscious mind, because the more it fires, the more it wires, right? The more it fires, the more it wires. And so what I mean by that is, you've had this thought in your mind for so long that as soon as you pick up that phone, no matter what scripts you have in front of you, once again, no matter what system you're using, you're going to have this thought of, man, I just don't know if these people are going to want to talk to me. It's, coronavirus. Man, I just don't know if these leads are going to work. And you have these negative thoughts, and it's all because you're going into the past, right? Asking yourself, could this be true? And your past has no real results to go off of. So I'm going to give you a quick little tip on how to overcome these negative thoughts. How to overcome these negative thoughts. Okay, the first thing I want you to do is you have to recognize it. Let me tell you something. In 1 second, the conscious mind uses 2,000 neurons. Hear me. 1 second, the conscious mind uses 2,000 neurons to fire off thoughts. In that same second, the subconscious mind uses 4 billion neurons, right? So in 1 second, you have the conscious mind, 2,000 neurons, which means it's firing off thoughts, but you have 4 billion neurons that the subconscious mind is overpowering. And the reason why that's scary is because we have to start to rewire our mind. And so I want to highly urge you guys to do these few things to start rewiring your mind. Now, this won't be the only thing you need to do, but this will help you tremendously going further into converting better in your leads, into creating the quality of life that you want. First thing is every morning speaking in gratitude. Speaking in gratitude. Because what that does is it can't allow a negative thought to interfere when you're speaking in gratitude, because you cannot have a negative thought and a positive thought at the same time. They can't coexist. It's literally impossible for you to have two thoughts of a negative and a positive to hold space at the same time. So in the morning, if you're not practicing gratitude by saying it, by feeling it, by seeing it, you need to start. Secondly is affirmations, right? And incantations. Now, some people do this, but they do it wrong. They say, I will make $1 million. I will do this. And what you need to do is you need to speak it into existence as if it already exists. I am going to close 5 deals today. I am setting 2 appointments today. And you say it, you see it, you visualize it. Those two, just those 2 things right there will start to rewire that subconscious mind. So when you have that negative thought, you have a little bit more power. And here's the last thing I want you to do. Here's the last thing, and it seems a little crazy, but it's like, here's the thing, is you're not going to forever, like, all of a sudden limited beliefs are going to be gone. I have limited beliefs. That the most successful people in the world have limited beliefs. And it's not that we stop having them. We have them less. And when we have them, we use that as a trigger to generate a new empowering thought. Hear me one more time, because this is so important to your success, guys. You will never get rid of limiting beliefs. But what the most successful people do is when they have that negative thought, when they have that limited belief, they use that as the trigger to empower them into a different belief. And give you an example. Right? You're about to make phone calls. And you look at the phone, you're about to make them, you got your CINC system up, you're excited, and all of a sudden, yeah, but what if you say something wrong? Right? That pops into your mind. Instead of believing it like you used to, create a mantra, something that goes like this: thank you for showing up, but you do not align with my vision anymore. And then you take immediate action. Oh, no one wants to talk to you, coronavirus. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you accelerating me into action to prove you wrong, because you do not belong in my vision anymore. Now, you may think that's crazy to say those things, but I promise you it will help tremendously. And the more you do it, the more it fires, the more it wires. So I just want to leave you guys with that in this intro. And I'm going to jump into some real conversion stuff. But the negative limitations that you put on yourself, they need to stop, because it doesn't matter whether you're in this industry, another industry, whether you have this system or another system. It's the negative beliefs that are going to break you down. And if you do those three things, gratitude, affirmations, and then saying, I see you, but you no longer align with what I'm trying to accomplish, it'll be a game changer for you. That makes sense. Let me know. Put a yes into the Q&A. I want to see if this is ringing a bell, if this is hitting home for you guys. And I have a few up here that are actually asking questions about conversion. We're diving right into that in a second. Somebody says, I don't see any video. There is no video. We started off with a quick video, but that was it. 100%. Yes, yes, yes. Perfect, guys. All right. So here's what I need from you. I need everybody on here. Think, what is the thing that's holding you back? Look, in the next 2 weeks, I don't speak for you another 2 weeks. If you can get one tool that will elevate your business, elevate your life, if you can get one process to overcome something you're dealing with, whether it's productivity, whether it's with your scripting, whether it's with your mindset, get it now. You pay for CINC. You're in CINC every day, right? Let's get you the right tools to be productive. Let's get you the right tools to mind your mind. Let's get you the right tools to overcome objections. Okay, I'm going to clear these out. Perfect. Yes, yes. And put them in there. Tell me what your biggest obstacle is or your biggest objection. Boom. I'm just clearing out some of this stuff right now because I see some up here, so I'm going to go to it right now. So we have one question up here that says, biggest objection, I have bad credit or I don't have much for a down payment. So here's the thing that you have to realize, Devin and everybody on here. If they say I have bad credit or I don't have much of a down payment, you have to answer back with, no, I completely get it. We actually specialize, or we have helped so many people with bad credit, and there's so many different programs that will help you with your down payment. Are you interested in hearing more about that? Right? Because I want you, Devin, and everybody here to, if you have somebody with bad credit, to help them, to be the person that they think of every time their credit score goes up. Because when that happens, your chances of getting that person back into your pipeline and closing them on a real estate transaction increases a percentage and a percentage. And on the flip side, those people, Devin, become evangelists for you. What I mean by that is, if you're helping somebody get their credit up to then buy a house and create the quote unquote American dream, you know, as soon as somebody talks about buying or selling real estate, they are going to refer them to you. They're going to talk more about you than probably the marketing you have out there, because you're truly adding massive value. And also with that objection, you don't know and they don't know what is bad credit, right? What is not much for a down payment? There's so many different programs and loans out there that maybe they do have enough, right? Maybe they don't understand that there's USDA loans in some places, or there's 3.5%. They think it's 5%. Maybe they don't understand that they can get gifted money. We don't know. So, I have bad credit. I don't have much for a down payment. Totally get it. We actually specialize in helping people bump their credit up, as well as there's tons of programs for down payment assistance. But hey, before we even get into that, tell me a little bit more about your situation. Right? Tell me a little bit more about your situation. Well, we're looking to get into, a 3-bedroom house downtown. Interesting. So tell me right now, how many bedrooms do you have? Oh, we have 1. Man. Okay, so 3 bedrooms. Why do you want 3 bedrooms? Why is that so important for you? Because we have 2 kids, another one on the way. I'm digging. Will I waste quote unquote waste 15, 20 minutes to have a conversation with them, even if they do have bad credit or not much down for a down payment? Absolutely. Because A, I'm sharpening my skills, and B, we don't know what we don't know, right? We want to build as much value as possible, get that rapport going. And then who knows, maybe their credit isn't as bad, or maybe, their down payment isn't as much as they think. Does that help, Devin? Let me know. Brand new to real estate, but another one, sorry. Chris says, brand new to real estate, best place to focus on. You, Chris. Best place to focus on is you. What I mean by that is it all starts and ends with you. I started today, as I always start every single buyer role play call, is some mindset stuff. The mindset stuff is so crucial. We want to build and master our craft and create the skill for sure. But there's no skill like mastering your mind. No skill better than that. Because no matter if we show you here how to become the best at conversion with skill-wise, the mind will still try to screw us up, right? No matter what we do here, the mind will still try to screw us up from all the old conditioning from growing up, our parents, our environment, whatever it might be. And so start with you. And then secondly, Chris, pick up the phone and dial your butt off. That's it. Dial. The biggest thing I see with new agents, and really any agents, is that they don't work on themselves enough. Number two is they stop dialing. They think 30 dials a day is enough. That is not enough. You need to be dialing more. And then you need to be setting clear goals of appointments set, not just spoken to or dials. The goal is to get the appointment. So set goal of appointment every single day. And then, Chris, there's so much more we can go into, but that's where I would start. If that helps, let me know, brother. Haley says, best ways to leave voicemails and send a follow-up text after calling with no answer to get someone to call you back. So, Haley, do not leave voicemails. Do not leave voicemails. The reason why is because they think real estate agents are used car salesmen, unfortunately. They don't think you have value. That's why they always ask you to drop your commission, and there's these flat rate broker models coming out. And so if you don't have value and they have fear of being sold, when you leave a voicemail, it's going to be very hard to re-engage with them because they see your number, they know who you are, they know what you want, and you haven't added any value yet. So don't leave a voicemail. Now, if you've talked to them already, then that's fine. If you've spoken to them already, yes, leave a voicemail. And whenever you leave a voicemail, write this down. You leave it with urgency. You leave it with some kind of something that's familiar to them. And then you leave it with a call to action. So go something like this. Hey, John, this is Haley with the home search site. I know that you're looking to go ahead and buy in a downtown area. Look, 123 Main Street just came on the market. I don't think it's going to last that long, actually, not a listing agent. So if you want to take a look at it, give me a call right back, and I can show it to you or even do it virtually. But give me a call right back and let me know either way. What I also added in there that I didn't say is energy. You don't want to call and say, hey, John, this is Haley. There's a home over 123 Main Street. Looks like you matches everything you're looking for. If you want to see it, just give me a call back and, we could take a look at it. You don't want that. You want energy. Energy is contagious and it creates engagement. Haley, anybody else, let me know if that helped for you for voicemails. All right. Lynette says mindset, hesitate when I'm going to make the call. I think this is for a lot of people, Lynette. You get hesitate when you're making a call. We can go super deep into this and what are you scared of? Right? Like what are you afraid of, Lynette? That's my question to you. What are you afraid of? And you can put it down there. Right? What are you afraid of? Because when I see making a phone call, I could definitely be fearful, or I could walk in faith, right? Or I could say, this is the only way to create the life I want, to create the success I want, and to change as many lives as I want. And so for you, you got to build that belief up, as we talked about earlier today. You must believe that you have value. And if you believe you have value and you're not calling the people to add the value, that's not being a service. That's not that's being extremely selfish, right? Like, you got to look at your phone, and someone even put it in here, like, it's your best friend. There's nothing to be worried about. Oh, were they going to say no and hang up on you? Okay, next. Don't allow somebody else's emotions to dictate your future, Lynette. Because what you're saying to me is you're scared because you're scared about what they're going to think or how they're going to react, right? 95%. You're scared of how they're going to react. Are you going to be judged? You're going to say the wrong thing. What are they going to think? Cool. And if they judge you, if they hang up on you, if all those things happen, then what? Then what? You learn, what did I do wrong? How can I get better? Okay, go for it again and go for it again. See, real estate's a contact sport, guys. You must be picking up the phone and calling. Lynette, I'm here to tell you, if you're afraid to call, if you're afraid to get on the phone, you're either going to be very capped out of how much money you can make because you're only going to be probably working your sphere of influence, or you're going to be hiding behind a keyboard, whether it's texting or it's emailing, and you are crippling the opportunity. You're crippling the results. You're putting yourself into this box of you can only make so much, right? Only make so much. And when you only make so much, then what does it affect to? Here's one last thing about your mindset going into a phone call. Please, everybody, write this down. You may have heard me say it before. Make decisions off of your meaning, not off of your mood. Make decisions off of your meaning, not off of the mood. And that's everywhere in life. You're supposed to wake up at 5 o'clock. Your mood's probably telling you don't. It's probably telling you stay in bed, it's cozy, right? Supposed to go to the gym. The mood's probably telling you don't. So if you put meaning behind everything, you'll take more action. Here's the thing, guys. We are emotionally driven creatures. Emotionally driven creatures. So if you don't have an emotion tied to the action that you need to take to get to the results that you want, you're probably not going to do it, at least not the consistency and the frequency that you need to. You're an emotionally driven creature. Find emotion behind why you do everything. And you'll start taking bigger leaps, massive action, because it means more to you. Does that help, Lynette, and everybody else? Because I think that's a big problem most people have, right? It's just a mindset thing. And that's rewiring the mind over and over and over again. It's not one day you wake up and everything's fine. It's a continual battle, and it gets easier and easier, obviously, as you go and as you grow. All right, Sunny says, when I ask a client for a Zoom or a face-to-face, they reject, and often they are not ready at the initial stage. Or COVID, we don't want to meet, but they log in so much. How can we handle that? So, Sunny, I would first need to know, when are you asking? Okay, when are you asking for a face-to-face or a Zoom call? Secondly is, do you truly have their why? 3 levels deep of their why. As I told Lynette, we're emotionally driven creatures, right? The only reason why we make decisions are pain or pleasure. So do you have their true pain or pleasure? Because if you could show it to them in their face, their true pain or pleasure, and you have the solution for it, and you ask with a great question of, hey, the next process, Sunny, is for us to jump on a quick and easy Zoom call, and we'll go ahead and you'll see my face, put the face to the name. You'll also see our strategy to show you how to get into the home of your dreams for less money. And then when the time is right, I'm not saying it's good now, but when the time is right, at least you have clarity that you got the right person and the right strategy during the biggest transaction of your life. Is that fair? How does that sound? Does that sound good? Right. So you want to have those things, Sonny. And the one thing I would also highly advise is make sure, like I said, you're building up that rapport by getting enough pain or pleasure. But the other thing is, hey, look, no pressure, right? That's kind of how you want to go about it. Even if you got all that and they still don't want to do it. No, I totally get it. Hey, look, I'm not going to ask you to go buy a house tomorrow, Sonny. Let me ask you a question. You think this is the biggest transaction of your life? Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, so do we. And that's why I want to show you our strategy to make sure it's the right strategy for you. And you got the right person that you trust during negotiations, so that when a time does come, you can go ahead and you have that right strategy. You have the person you trust. And hey, best case scenario, something comes on the market that checks off all the boxes. At least you know you got the right person in your corner. Does that make sense? And by the way, I'm saying, does that make sense? Obviously in my script. Let me know, Sonny, if that helps. Jesse, what is your opinion of text messaging instead of calling? Do both. Do both. Yeah, do both. There's something that we're working on the back end over here at CINC, and we're not going to give away anything, but I would say do both for sure. But I would no matter what, calling, don't just text. And if they text, you need to utilize the same script basically to drive them into getting on a phone call. Texting is fine because some people like to communicate that way. But if it goes to the point where you're able to have that opportunity, right, that pulse on it, of saying, hey, look, the next step in the process, just want a quick call, go over a few extra things, and so we can make sure that we have clarity on what you're looking for, so that we're not cluttering your inbox with useless emails and hassles that don't make sense. How does that sound? John says, thoughts on sending an intro video after we've spoken to them? 100%, John. Yeah, like first off, your intro video should be face-to-face on Zoom. Like that's the thing, right? If you've spoken to them, I don't know. If I were you guys, I'd be tracking one call closes. Is anybody here tracking one call closes? If you're tracking one call close, let me know. This is something that I've put in place for other businesses and put in place for my own business. And it has helped tremendously with people that we train at CINC and the companies I've done it for in the past. It helps big time when you have a one call close percentage, especially if you have a competition between you and other people. And the reason why I tell you that, John, is because there's too many of you that are out there and you have a great call, but yet you don't set the appointment. Why? Why don't you set the appointment? Oh, there's a number of reasons. Because you don't push hard enough. That's it. And I'm not asking you to push and be like that, hardcore salesman, but you're not doing a good enough job of finessing the holding them accountable to what they truly need. Right? That's it. Like that's the case. Don't give me, it's all these objections. Yeah. You didn't add enough value in the call. If you're not getting them on a face-to-face, one way or another, Zoom or face-to-face in person, you didn't add enough value into the call. I'll say it one more time. If you do not set the appointment, the objections are the objections are the objections are the objections. What it comes down to is you, sir, you, ma'am, did not add enough value. And you didn't add enough value because of one of two things. You don't think you have value. Or B, you didn't ask enough questions to get them to open up and for you to hear their problem so you can create value through a solution that you have. If that makes sense, let me know. Yes, 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 yes. Let me know. Let me know. All right, we got another one here. Our market is very competitive right now. I'm talking less than 48 hours and home is under contract. My buyers are wanting to put in lowball offers and ask for closing costs when they don't need it. How do I get them to understand they're going to miss out? Great question. This is where I like to use leverage, right? So simply put, like you're the expert, not them. And so this has to start from the very beginning of you working with somebody. Now, if you have to do it now because you've been working with them for so long, it's okay. But this should have to be at the very beginning where a conversation goes like this. Hey, John, can you do me a favor? Yeah, what's that, man? Look, this market is super competitive. When we see a home, if there's something that like I see that you truly need to put in a certain offer or at a certain level, I'm going to advise you of that just because I want to make sure that you don't miss out on a home that you absolutely love. So do you mind if I tell you what you need to hear versus what you want to hear? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, great. So now we get to the table. Oh, I love this house. All right, John, remember when I told you what you need to hear versus what you want to hear? Yeah, yeah. All right, this is it. You need to put in a full asking price, and to be honest, you're probably not going to be able to get any closing cost. So if you're good with that, I say let's put in an offer. There's a very high chance you might lose it if you don't come in at a certain angle. because it's all about setting expectations, you getting the agreement and consequence. Guys, that's how I run my life with relationships. Write it down. EAC. Expectation, agreement, consequence. I set the expectation of, can I tell you what you need to hear versus what you want to hear? Yep. Okay. If you go ahead and, you set a lowball offer, there's a good chance you're not going to get the home of your dreams. Not saying every house, but I will just advise you. Is that fair? That's the expectation. Is that fair? They say yes. Consequence. Okay. Remember, if you put in an offer and it's not, where it needs to be, and you lose out on it, that's just, I don't want you to be upset, but there's a good chance that you could lose out on it. Consequence. Did that help? Let me know. I think that's not just your problem. I think it's a lot of agents where they get somebody that you're working with and you kind of get excited that you're working with them. And so you become a slave to the profession, right? Like you're like, oh, okay, I'll do whatever they want. I'll be super reactive at 10 o'clock at night. I'll answer the phone. I'll miss out on family time, all because I don't want to lose this commission. Versus if you take leverage and authority in that conversation, you will get the commission faster, right? Get the commission faster, which means you get time with your family back, and you've added massive value to them because you got them into the home that they truly wanted. Another question is, what do you do with a lead that's unresponsive and have been on subscription auto tracks? Do you set reminders on them? What do you do with a lead that's unresponsive, have been on subscriptions and auto tracks? Call, and I call, and you call, and you call, and you call some more. So yeah, if they're already on the subscriptions and auto tracks, absolutely call through your filters. Right? So your P1, P2, P3s, call through it. I mean, I see at least once a week, somebody posts into our Facebook group of, hey, close the deal. And it's, 1,000 days old and it's 400 days old. Keep dialing, keep dialing. Another question here is, what would be a catchy phrase to have in front of you when you're making calls? So it's up to you. So someone said, what's a catchy phrase? What's going to drive emotion, right? And like, what are you trying to overcome? Is it the fear of calls? So you could have something that creates this power of like, almost like, reignites this fire in you or reclaims your power or gives you this boost, whatever it might be, some kind of motivation. Or you can have a picture of your why, of your kids, of the trip you want to take, of the house you want to buy. So I would do that. I would have that. And also have your goals right in front of you. Have your goals right in front of you and the emotion and the reason why you want to hit it. Biggest mistake I see is people set goals and then they put it into their drawer. Don't even have it in front of them. Right? Have it in front of you, because what you focus on expands. What you focus on expands. Your goal should be right in front of you all day. Jill says, how to get them to commit and send me a loan approval to see properties. It is showing me that they aren't approved or not ready to commit, purchase, or just like to shop. They're answering every call and a bit picky. So, I mean, what that comes down to, Jill, is asking them, hey, if you've already asked them and they're not sending it to you, ask them who they worked with, right? Who they worked with. Tell them that you want to make sure that they're not wasting their time, not your time, that they don't waste their time. And so you're just asking them, hey, who'd you do your loan with? Maybe you have a relationship with that person. If they say, oh, I didn't get a loan approval yet, say, okay, all good. We actually have preferred lenders that we can go ahead and set you up with. It's going to take a few minutes. And then we can go ahead and get a better idea of your purchase power so you don't waste time. Right? Because as you're sitting there and not understanding what your purchase power is, unfortunately, you could be looking in the wrong area and your perfect home could come on the market in a different area and you just missed it. Does that make sense? So that's basically all you could do with that. Ask them who they got it from. If they say they didn't get them, just go ahead and you have to articulate, guys. You have to articulate to them why that loan approval is so important. But here's what I would say, Jill. I wouldn't even talk about any loan stuff until you get face-to-face with them, whether it's Zoom or whatever. Too many of you guys are saying, okay, hey, yeah, go ahead and I'll have my lender call you, or go ahead and send me a loan approval, then we could meet face-to-face. Meet with them first. Build a rapport first. The biggest fear is rejection, right? And disappointment. So we want to bring that down by letting them know that we're in their corner. John says, I love one-time closes. Light bulb. I'm telling you, it works. It works well. EAC. Yes. Let's see. My name is Lokesh. My name is Lokesh. Do I need to change that to make it easy for clients or for acceptance in general? No, I mean, look, what that is that's how you're perceiving it. And I tell you right now, if you're saying my name is Lokesh and you're saying it in a very timid, unconfident way because you're scared of how they're going to react, then eliminate it. But I wouldn't want you to. I would rather you stand prideful and be like super confident. It doesn't make a difference what your name is. If they got a problem with what your name is and how it's associated with whatever, like, you don't want to work with that person, Lokesh. You do not want to work with that person. So you better say that loud and proud. So you don't need to change it. Now, if you feel like it's hindering your results and you are having a big problem being confident about it, then yeah, you could cruise past it. Say, hey, I'm calling you, from the home search site. Hey, I'm calling you from the home search site. I would really want you to say your name. Or do you have a nickname? If you have a nickname, Lokesh, do you have a nickname? If not, we'll make one up for you if it'll be more confident of you speaking it into your script. Let me know. What's the name of the Facebook group? So the Facebook group, if you just reach out to support at cinc.pro.com or you can do training at cinc.pro.com. They'll go ahead and they'll set you up with whatever group you're supposed to be in, whether you're an agent or you're an owner. Training at cinc.pro.com. Let's see. Oh, dismiss that one. We have about 15 minutes left here, guys, so we're still going to cruise away. I do want to mention that we are doing our live event in Phoenix next week. Live event in Phoenix. We can only have, I think it's like 30 to 40 people there. And so I think there's like 15 tickets left. So if you're interested in coming to 2 days of buttons, how to utilize the system in and out, plus 1 day with myself where I'll lead a conversion day for 8 hours of straight conversion role play. We have a board game that we play, as well as we'll call your leads right then and there. CINCcommunity.com. CINCcommunity.com. Go sign up. So I just wanted to put that out there. And if you guys need me too, obviously follow me on Instagram at Real John Marone. And it's Marrone at Real John Marone, Marrone. Oh, I have a question. Anybody who was on here, 2 weeks ago, and I gave my weekly progression plan and my daily must crush list. Let me know if you are using it. Let me know how it's working. Let me know, if you need any assistance and clarity in it. I know a lot of people emailed me or they hit me up on Instagram, and I sent you guys my daily productivity sheet as well as my weekly productivity sheet that creates integration in all areas of life. Sunny says, let me get back into this. At the initial call, after I have all my whys ready, have down payments. Whys and ready down payments. Ready have down payment. Could move in less than a month. Still no meeting. All right. So the close is like this, guys. Hear me out. So Sunny's saying he has the why, right? They have a down payment. They can move in less than a month, but they still don't want to meet. I'm going to put up here. Hold on. I'm sharing my screen with you guys so you guys could see the close that works phenomenal. If once you get all the whys, if they still are giving you pushback, here we go. Share my screen with you. All right. So I have all their whys, right? I got their true motivation. I'm not talking about surface. I'm talking about their true motivation. And I have the understanding of where they're at and they're looking to move. They just are not willing to meet. All I'm saying is this. Hey, let me ask you this. If I were to find you a home, not house, if I were to find you a home that would fit everything you wanted, it's in Dallas, right, for the right price, get you that 4-bedroom, 2-bath with a big backyard, but most importantly, get you 10 minutes away from work so you could be home and enjoy dinner with your kids and finally go to your daughter's gymnastics class and build those memories that you're missing out on right now. Would you consider moving sooner? Hear what I did there. Let me ask you this, voice fluctuation. If I were to find you a home, right? If I were to find you a home that fit everything, I'm elongating everything. Everything you wanted. Dallas, 4 bedrooms, 2 bath. Got you the big backyard, but most importantly, Sonny, got you 10 hours back in your week by moving you closer to work. So you could take those 10 hours and go ahead and be there for dinner with your family. You can go ahead and put your daughter down for sleep. You can go ahead and be there and build those memories and take those walks that you've been wanting to take after dinner and create those memories that you currently can't create. Would you consider moving sooner? Okay, so that right there is a close that will work, Sonny. That right there is a close that will work 80% of the time. If they say no, interesting, why not? Right? Why not? Let's see, can we add a reminder to attempt a contact lead? Yes, you can, but you don't want to have too many reminders because if you're too reminder heavy, it gets overwhelming. But that's something that will be on a different call. I want to be on this one. Luke? Okay. All right, so Lokesh says he goes by Luke. Then go by Luke. Hey, this is Luke. That's fine. But yeah, be honest with you, whether you say Luke or Lokesh, you got to come in with massive confidence. Right? Massive confidence. Because if you don't, I'm telling you, they'll eat you up. They'll spit you out. Eat you up and spit you out. My name is Sherry Beth. I actually make it a thing. It's 2 names put together. Beth, good old Southern double name. I'll text you my contact info so you get it. I know it's different and unusual, and that's okay. Yeah, so she kind of makes a little joke about it. I love that. Now that's the other thing. Like if you gotta have fun. Here's a quote I live by: "Life is so damn serious. You gotta have fun." Right? Life is so damn serious. You gotta have fun. Did you guys ever make those board games to sell? Yes, we did. So when you come to a conversion day, you can actually purchase it. I took the training with you and Kayla in Anaheim. Hit me up on Instagram. Alexander, Real John Marone, JOHNMARRONE. Hit me up on my DMs, and that's for anybody too. I'll go ahead and link you up with how to get that board game. And by the way, we got new cards too. So the board game is kind of revamped. How can we get the productivity sheets? Hit me up once again on Instagram and send me a message with your email address, and I'll send it over to you. Carrie, if you could just go ahead and send me a message on Instagram, and I can send it to you as well, or my email, john.marone@cincpro.com. Sometimes that's harder to even put in my Instagram handle, but john.marone@cincpro.com. Let's see. I'm just going through these here, guys. We got about 10 minutes left, so I want to grab some more questions. But you focus on expands. Great mantra. Can you do a one and close example? Yeah. So Colleen, my one and close example is just my whole script, right? It's our whole script. So it's just making sure that we add enough value in the call. Which value is this? Value is letting them know that you have a solution to their problem, and we don't know what their problem is, right? We don't know what their problem is. So the problem is that you have to ask enough questions. And when I ask enough questions and I get enough problems, I can have the solution, and therefore I need to hold them accountable to it. Sonny says Luke with an Indian accent might be a bad move. Yeah, so that it depends on your accent. I 1,000,000%, Sonny, agree with you. Look, Ash, if if obviously it's an Indian accent and it's heavy, then I would just go with Lokesh. Right? And honestly, that's what I would go with anyway. Right? That's what I would go with anyway. Let's see. Daniel says, I'm in a resort market, Orange Beach, Alabama. We're over here in Destin, so we're not too far from you. I have several people that are looking for second homes or vacation homes. They can buy now, but not in a hurry, and they drag their feet. Yeah, so same script, Daniel, same script. So here's the thing about second home or vacation homes. There is such great opportunity to build the why or the pain or pleasure. Think about it. Like, I want you to paint the picture for these second home buyers or vacation home buyers on what kind of memories they're going to build with their family. And the only way you can paint that picture is to get a good idea of who their family is, why they want to come to Orange Beach, what they love to do at the beach, right? And obviously letting them know that, hey, this could, you're also, if you find a perfect home, you could be renting it now to start paying down your mortgage and your principal. And I would hate for you to miss out on the most perfect home. So why don't we do this? Let's set up a quick Zoom call, figure out more of your wants and your needs. And the greatest part about that, Danielle, is that if you see a home that matches everything you want, right from your couch, I can go ahead and do a virtual walkthrough for you and see if it's something that you'd want to go ahead and take a deeper look at. How does that sound? Yeah, second home, vacation home, guys. It is very easy to paint a picture of pleasure. Very easy, right? People trying to get out of the cold weather. It's like, oh, I can't even imagine being in Chicago at that time. So tell me, what do you love about Orange Beach? It's this, it's that. Perfect. And I'm trying to paint the picture. So when I go for the close, I'm going to bring up that picture, right? I'm going to show them the painting that they painted. Does that make sense? Let me know. Sometimes people just hang up while intro. My thought is go to the next person. Ted, yes, go to the next person if they hang up, but I want you to practice your intro for the next I would say for the next 10 days. Practice your intro for 15 minutes a day. Because it may not be, if a lot of people are hanging up, well, you said sometimes, but if people are hanging up, I would ask, what can I do differently? Maybe your energy is not there. Maybe your posture isn't there, right? Because we create out of our state. I'll repeat that so you guys can write that down. We create out of our state. So if your state isn't at the peak level, if you're not postured up, if you're not feet on the ground, flat on the ground, if you're not confidence high, you're not going to be able to create the results that you want. So make sure that you're creating a most powerful state, and then make your opening line so good that you could do it in your sleep and you have massive confidence. But if they hang up on you, I would just call right back, like, hey, it looks like we got disconnected. Then if they hang up again or they don't answer, just move on. Absolutely. But I always look at, what can I do differently? Is there something I need to do differently? Let's see. Someone says, I like what you said about energy in calls. What are the tips for making your voice quality better? Because I don't have the dubbing artist voice. So this is what I do to create that energy and transfer it over to the person that's on the other line. First thing is I make sure I'm in peak state, right? I'm in peak state. And how do I do that? It's different for everybody. I sometimes listen to music. You could do push-ups. You could pray. You could meditate. You need to get into peak state. The other thing is if you're sitting down, stand up. Stand up. The third thing is making sure you have your why in front of you, because it's going to mean more to you. That call is going to mean more to you if you understand what it's for. And then it's just practice. Sales is a science. I speak on stages, across the country and for CINC. And what I've noticed is that there's such a science behind people listening and being engaged. And it comes down to voice fluctuation, pauses, right? Sudden speed ups, that tonality, the empathy. I use my hands a lot. If you guys saw me, because I'm Italian and I'm from Jersey, I think that helps a little bit too. I actually think that's the whole reason why I have good tonalities. I use my hands. But yeah, I put my whole body into it, And then the other thing would be for energy is making sure your water intake is high, making sure you're waking up early enough to get you time in, making sure you have your 30 minutes of personal development, and making sure that you have at least 30 minutes of activity 5-6 days a week. Those are big. Those are big. Oh, and last thing, stop watching the news and scrolling through Facebook and Instagram and getting sucked into other people's problems, never creating solutions in your own life. So that was a bunch, but hopefully that helped. Alexander said that the callback works, by the way. I use that we got disconnected all the damn time. I love that. It works. And why not, right? Like, why not? People might find that funny. And if they're like, no, I hung up on you, dude. Okay. So let me ask you, looking to make a move in the next 3 to 6 months, or were you just browsing? All right, just have fun with it, guys. Let's see. What's an example of a great intro line? So I'll show my screen here again. Most of you guys have it who have been on here before, but for those of you who have not, here's the best intro line no matter what lead it is. Sorry. Here we go. Hey, this is John with the home search site. I know you're looking over in Dallas at some homes. Just curious, you looking to make a move in the next 3 to 6 months, or are you just browsing? Now here you could put, Here you could put the next, said the next 3 to 6 months, the next few months. So it could sound something like this. Hey, this is John with the home search site. I know you're looking over in Dallas at some homes. Just curious, you looking to make a move in the next few months, or are you just browsing? I'm just browsing right now. Oh, perfect. Exactly what the site is for. Look, while I have you, what's prompting you to browse? I'll repeat it one more time. Perfect. That's exactly what the site is for. And while I have you, what's prompting you to browse? I don't know, man. I'm just trying to see what's out there. Okay, interesting. Tell me about your current situation. Well, I'm trying to get into a bigger house. I'm trying to get into a better location. Okay. When you say bigger house, what do you mean? Is it 4 or 10 bedrooms? Well, probably about 3. Interesting. Okay, how many bedrooms do you have now? I got 2 bedrooms. Okay, what's the big change and why you need 4 or why you need 3? Why is it so important to you? So I'm going to stop the share, but that's the opening line that works. Does that help? Let me know. Let's see. Cody says, must crush and weekly progression are great, setting me up really well for when I get my license back from commerce and can hit the ground running. I think it'll really help me grow in all aspects of life, not just on business. Absolutely. Someone says, what about the seller for home value? So when I call, it would just simply be, instead of, I started looking at homes in Dallas, they probably came through the home valuation, like you said. So let's say this is John with the home valuation site. Saw you're trying to see what your home was worth. Just curious, did you get that email on how much it was worth? Yeah, I did. What'd you think? Oh, it sucked. Yeah, unfortunately, like any third-party company, it doesn't take in consideration the neighbors, the market really, or even all the great updates that you did. So tell me more. Why were you looking to see the value of your home? Chris, let me know if that helped. So I'm about to wrap up here, guys. I'm gonna leave you with 3 quick things. Number 1, look, if you are in the Phoenix area, I'm telling you, come to the training next week. You will not regret it. Promise you. If you only want to come to conversion day, let me know. Or you just go on to cincommunity.com and use the code day 3 and you'll get tickets just for conversion day. Day 3 and you'll get tickets just for conversion day. And the other thing is, if you need me, like I said, just make sure you reach out. You pay for CINC, you're in CINC. I want to be someone that you could utilize whenever you need them. So hit me up on Instagram, whatever it might be. Hit me up on my email. Once again, at Real John Marone or john.marone@cincpro.com. Utilize us as a resource to help you grow your business in whatever fashion that looks like. And lastly, I said on a Facebook post, that whoever jumped on here and it was from the Facebook post, how to take advantage of the time right now. Now is so important for you to set your mark in your market. Now is such an important moment for you to take massive action. If you're calling 50, call 100. Now is so important for you to make up those losses that you may have had in the last few months. Now is the time. There's no better time than now. So if whatever amount of calls you are making, I challenge you to double it. Whatever it is. And I also challenge you to set appointments. Set appointments as the goal, not just calls or spoke to. So definitely that one call close will definitely help when you go ahead and track that. And lastly, I'll end with how I started. You have to divorce the stories that don't serve you. Those limitations, the old version of you, the old stories of you, they can no longer exist. They can no longer penetrate to your core. They have to die in order for that new version of you to be created. I don't think you realize how much money and how much experience you could have in this world if you just get rid of those limitations. And you're never going to get rid of them all. But when they show up in your face and they show up in your life and they try to take you away from what you really want, you simply say, thank you. But you no longer align with my vision. and then you take action into something that's going to empower you or move the needle closer. Guys, I hope you got value out of today. I hope you take away something and you start to implement. I hope that something hit home and maybe some light bulbs went off, and hope that the results show up every single day for you in the smallest way possible that compound into the big results. But if you need me, let me know. Reach out to me any way that they need to reach out to me. But make sure you guys keep creating the ultimate version of you. Make sure you divorce the old stories and those limitations and start rewriting a marriage to that new version of you and the things that empower you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you so much, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. And those who will be in Phoenix at Conversion Day or CINC U, I will see you there.